All right. And here we are. Excited to be getting back to this once again. Another weekday stream, so hopefully it'll be, a good time for people to tune in, as well as just a good time generally. At the moment, I've got ourselves ready to, avoid some racists. Is kind of the part of the game that we're in. So let me transition us over to looking at the game. I can. There it is. Oh, I have my weird hat on. Let me fix that. There we go. No more weird hat for now. Maybe it will become relevant again in the future. All right. So what I have up, of course, is our character sheet here. Just kind of check in with it a little bit. Our authority is suffering mightily under the weight of our thought cabinet, and we've put most of our points into motorics stuff as we try to pass checks at various points. But rhetoric is our sort of trademark signature. That's what's called, signature skill. And we get a lot of input from Inland Empire as well. Over here in the Thought Cabinet, we're currently internalizing rigorous self-critique and white mourning, and we've got Superstar, some kind of Superstar waiting for us. Yeah, fumbling our way through life indeed. Appreciation to Anything So's for doing the moderating here. If you happen to be in the chat at any time, feel free to, throw them some enrichment for their enclosure. As we discovered last time, an idle mod can be a dangerous thing. But yeah, our thought cabinet here is giving us a bonus to esprit de corps, but a penalty to visual calculus and a huge penalty to authority, coming, I believe, largely from the thoughts that we're currently internalizing, white mourning and rigorous self-critique, as well as from the internalized thought Mazovian socioeconomics. We are a downtrodden inva-communist, kind of trying to figure out when to let this one go, as it's not doing us any favors, but it does cost a skill point to forget, so we're kind of, just sitting on it for the moment. Thank you for the stabbies, Anything So's. And then, over here, we've got plenty to do. Find the armor pieces, get Joyce's info on the lynching, which is going to require us to either make a dirty deal with her or find our badge. So I was hoping to find our badge, though it turned out not to be in the place where I thought it would be. We need to get enough authority going on to prove our authority to Titus Hardy. Once we are sure of our perception check, we need to send the victim's body to processing. Once we get past the waterlock, we can find Morel, the cryptozoologist. At the moment, we're trying to interview the union boss, which means getting past Measurehead, the massive racist. And when I say that, I mean he is both impressively racist and just like a real big guy. I got a lot of going on here. Welcome, Den, and I'm glad that your headset decided to start agreeing with Twitch. Sorry you had that trouble, but very glad that you were able to get it resolved. Our dream told us that our name is Harry, and we found our initials are HDB, but these things are not yet on our officer profile. What is in our officer profile is that we are impressively communist, fairly sorry, and slowly descending into a fantasy of being Dick Mullen Superstar Cop. And then we have a smattering of other answers that I think largely we have gotten by trying to be people pleasers in our various conversations. Largely with Joyce, I think, though perhaps with a few others as well. And then, the information from our insignia on our jacket about an impressive number of cases solved and 18 years in the service. And while we're at it, we might as well look over here at our inventory. I took off our hat and glasses because of the penalties that they give us, though I may find reason to put the glasses back on. But yeah, currently we are dressed impressively poorly, but relatively effectively. Our savoir-faire being the only thing that's really, being cut down on by our gear. So, here we stand outside of the Whirling in Rags. I believe that our next task was to try to navigate around the Whirling in order to find our way past Measurehead. Goodness, I'm going to do that a few times, I think. Find our way past Measurehead by traversing like rooftops and such. Can we get to these? Well, we're taking our time, whatever we're doing. Might have had more luck getting Motorhead out of the way. Yeah, they seem more agreeable generally, and from what I know of their tour habits, we probably could have just offered them like a bottle of whiskey, and they'd have been like, "You're all right, mate," and let us through. That's not the right accent, but it's the best I could do on short notice. Yeah, jinx indeed. Anything says. All right, so we just walked around to the newsstand, so we don't have a good sense of how to get over there. So let's explore inside the Whirling, I guess. Or, well, hang on. Did we ever click on this? Hang on. I don't know that I realized that this fence was clickable. Look, I am easily distracted because I'm pretty sure that Harry is easily distracted.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Why am I looking at this?
Cop habit. You look at everything. This isn't case-related, you think.
All right. What kind of vehicle drove through here?
Hard to say.
Yeah, I bet. All right. Visual calculus is pretty low, but we may be able to help it a little bit. Let's see. Not with that. What kind of close? Rhetoric, conceptualization, drama, logic. Okay, so nothing visual calculus related. So I think there's not really a good reason.
Tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Probably not a good reason not to just give it a try, because like anything that we could do presently to improve our visual calculus would be spending a point on it. So let's just give it a shot. Reconstruct the movement.
The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message written in the language of burnt rubber.
The visual calculus effects are honestly really cool. I appreciate them a great deal. I started and haven't played very much of, but I'm looking forward to getting to more of the relatively recent indie game Demon School. It's like a tactical game. And its style is much more colorful and pixely than this, but has this kind of like overlay thing going on when it switches from like normal interactions to like tactical mode, and I find that to be cool. So maybe this is just a thing that makes my brain go burr. I guess, let me know if you think it's cool, but this is neat. We saw it with the window too when we did the calculation at the very beginning of the game about what had happened to the broken window in the Whirling. It's neat.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the Whirling in Rags. This is point A. The driver started there and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. Why that pang of guilt again?
Uh-oh. What happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
So, yeah, Din, the observation it is more or less what movies do to show the thought processes for savant autists. And yeah, it would be kind of a neat superpower if it happened IRL. It's weird because in movies and TV shows, I don't find it nearly as neat, and I couldn't really tell you why. Maybe it literally has to do with, like, you know, the presence of, like, drawn art or the contrast there. I'm not sure. But yeah, it is. It's a lot less busy, I think, than that effect. At least when I've usually seen it. I guess I don't watch a lot of, like, crime procedurals and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Something to think about. Yeah, being able to stop and look at it actually is a really good observation, Den. And yeah, this one has no bullet time, thank goodness. So let's see. Driving south in a hurry. Let's see. A car drove through the fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city.
Thanks, Kim.
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
Is this connected to the case?
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You know what, Kim? You're so right.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went, if you find the time.
Okay, well, I'm going to find the time right now, because... Oh, anything says, I never saw the Sherlock with Robert Downey Jr. in it, so I didn't know there was bullet time. Obviously, there's the overproduction stuff in the like BBC Sherlock that I didn't know that the movie also did that. All right, well, I think I got it. All right, and I am going to see if anything pops up when I follow it to the south, because I'm on the hunt. Oh, right, to the south. I wonder.
A crumpled billboard reading,
Right,
the sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open, and thus out of order.
All right, okay. No relationship evident, I suppose. That is what's to the south, though, so... Oops, we had a thought. Can I get it back? Yeah, there it is. A sewer grate, a gateway to the river of filth. Oh, I like having high purples. Anything says I feel like you are dooming me to the narrative here. Who could have done this, I wonder. The river of filth that connects us all. Makes me want to do like a Lion King kind of. It's the river of... Yeah, anyway. Let's go around and make Kim complain about all the running again. And do our best to just, like, not interact with Kuno S. This is my tactic for dealing with difficult children IRL. Is just, I hope they don't see me. Okay, nothing. Can't get up there. All right. Well, let's go into the whirling then and see what we can find. I'm sure this is all extremely... Oh, wait. This is a conceptualization check, isn't it? Hang on. All right. This is apparently my, personal ooh, shiny kind of moment in this game. All right. Yeah, let's do some conceptualizing for a second. Drama. Logic. You know what? Why not? All right.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Ooh. Even with 5 conceptualization plus 2, or is the plus 2 including? Is the 5 including the plus 2? Conceptualization is at 5. So even with the plus 2 on top of that, this one's real bad. Maybe we'll find some other gear or some chemicals. Not that I would use them for this, of course. I'm a good cop. I'm a really bad cop, actually. I'm very bad at it, among other things. Okay. Back to the whirling. All right. Get the stink eye from the debardeurs. Hustle up the stairs. Or maybe to that door in the kitchen.
You see a heavy steel door.
Still nothing I can do to it. Any help, Gart?
Can I help you?
No. Gart, not helpful. More news at 10. Let's see. That's Kim's room. If we step out on the balcony... Yeah, nothing we can really do here. This is all very productive, I should say. Oh, an orb. Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door. Oh, right. Kim hasn't been in here. Oh, no.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
I did not think about Kim seeing this. I'm sorry, Kim. Let's see. Let's non-committally ask. You're looking at the destruction?
He nods.
Say nothing. Nod stoically.
He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave.
I mean, yeah, you and me both, but, what's this? Oh, an empty cassette case. I can talk. I better be able to. I'm doing this. I have a feeling I'm going to regret interacting with this mirror again.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face
we have white checks.
adorned with the expression.
The expression. All right, our encyclopedia doesn't have a whole lot of chance. In fact, quite a lot. Use your chain cutters to fix the faucet. Stop the steam from fogging up the mirror. I have a feeling that could go really badly. But I'm going to try. Oh. I am going to try.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face.
You know, it's a white check. What's the worst that could...
with the
I
expression.
can't even finish it. Use your chain cutters to fix the faucet. Stop the steam from fogging up the mirror. Fingers crossed.
The faucet
Hey.
is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops.
God, the hot water just pouring in there for like several days at a time. Ooh.
Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Hey, and we zoomed out a little bit on our adorable face. Well, we do have something that boosts electrochemistry. I don't know that it's going to help very much, but we can give it a try. It's a face! Yeah. Let me check our gear for encyclopedia and electrochemistry stuff. We can probably put the chain cutters back. Let's see. Electrochemistry jeans. Electrochemistry gloves. All right. And encyclopedia is unaffected by all of this. We're looking fly.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression.
No effect whatsoever on our chances. That's amazing. Encyclopedia seems like the sort of thing we might put a point in later anyway. So, these are white checks. We can try them again. I don't see too much reason to lock ourselves off from being able to try this electrochemistry one until we spend a point at this point. We can hopefully bump it up in a couple of other ways, gear and whatnot, a little bit later. That's a real long shot. It'd have to be a double 6, but this is a little bit better. And we're likely to put a point in encyclopedia at some point anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and try. Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Wonder what happens if they have a different portrait. Should you be able to stop the expression from happening at some point? All right, let the mirror be for now. And let's change our clothes back for the moment. Let's see. This gives us physical instrument. Yeah, I am going to leave the tank top on for now. Okay. Door? No, just locked. Okay. I'm sure Kim doesn't want our adjoining door adjoining anyway. Close that behind us. I guess we can knock on this door. I haven't really had a reason to, I don't think, before. But we can give it a try.
The door is closed.
Let's knock.
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Inland Empire. I'm so alone, or why are you doing this? Don't do this to me, or beauty, don't abandon me in all this ugliness, or swallow the emotion. I'm so alone.
The door is indifferent to your loneliness. The world does not care.
All right, well, I would not necessarily put it past Harry to try the handle, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to be a creep while somebody is showering. So I don't actually know what our best subsequent move is, though perhaps we can try the apartment building. That might be a possibility. Let's see about our navigation there. All of this opening stuff may just be me eliminating possibilities, which hopefully will be interesting enough to watch for a little bit. Try to keep the running patter. Nothing else. Alright, let's head back into this building. Maybe there were some things we didn't do, or couldn't do, or forgot to do. Oh, that goes to the balcony. Never mind. There we go. Elsewhere. What is this? Oh. Just 7 real just hanging around. Don't mind if I do. Somebody's shoes. More money. Hey, we can, like, afford... I guess maybe those yellow ones are perception checks or something like that? I don't know. Or they could just be containers. That could do it too. We can afford to stay at the Whirling for one more night. Toilet tank. Gun? Oh. Drugs. Alcohol. Oh, the bottle of Commodore Red is a tool, you say. A large crimson bottle of cheap sugary wine, made of poverty, sugar, artificial taste enhancers, and a vague memory of grapes, guaranteed to color your lips. It gives you +1 physique and -1 morale when you use it. Huh. I think that's the first, like, non-health restorative substance that we've picked up. Interesting. Bunch of stuff up this way. Don't know that we can get to most of it. Yeah. Well, I was a little hopeful, but seems like that wasn't the... I feel like I should be able to jump over this little wall here, though. Like, this feels like something I should be able to walk on. Maybe just me. Well, I guess I don't know where to go. I can't believe this game doesn't have parkour. And this came out after Mirror's Edge, so really... no excuses. Am I going to have to talk to Kuno? I guess I am supposed to talk to him about the armor anyway. I don't want to, though. Let me briefly talk to Kim, because I think he was the one who suggested the roof. Tell me about the case again.
What do you want to know?
Now that we've inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you mentioned.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
Good use of brouhaha, Kim.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
So you volunteered to spoil it.
Yes, I am an unrepentant spoil sport.
Lieutenant appears pleased with this. We love that about you, Kim. What's special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
Volunteered for the dating sim indeed, Din. I wonder what this says about me, that I was sent by my station. He raises an eyebrow, thinking it best to let you make the next move. Sent to teach you a lesson in style. There can only be one conclusion. I am the finest we have, a hero cop sent to outperform you in every way imaginable. I must be an augury, an apocalyptic omen sent by my people. Can you guess the message? My message. Don't be scared, but I think I might have supernatural abilities, or I probably have an unbelievable kill count, or I'm going to leave why I was sent unspecified. Oh boy. All of these are very stupid, and I love them. We could be complete denial. I kind of like Apocalypse Cop opportunity here. That feels very fun and like it would annoy Kim in a amusing way. Most dateable or most in need of a date with Kim. Unfortunately, this isn't a text parser and I can't add those, or I would consider it. We know I don't have an unbelievable kill count because we inspected my little insignia. Anything so's with the clutch message pins again. Let's see. Den votes for 6. I think it kind of has to be 2, 3, or 6. Because we're already doing the Superstar Cop thought. This would be like an Apocalypse Cop thing. I don't know the unspecified what that would give us. I feel like 3 is a fun way to annoy Kim, so I think I'm gonna go with I must be an augury, an apocalyptic omen sent by my people. Can you guess my message? And watch Kim's life leave his eyes a little bit.
No.
There will be a bloodletting of unimaginable proportions. Unimaginable, or better not to relay it. Or, actually, no, I'm not an augury. I don't know why I said that. It's better not to relay it.
I agree. Too dark. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? If not, we should move.
Okay, enough of the competition. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Hey, we got some experience out of it, though.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
Nice. Ooh, we can try to logic out the why did the 41st send me? We get +1 for being a sorry cop. Aw. And then our investigations into our behavior before our disillusion helps us here. I think we have gear that can help us with logic before we try to take that check, though. These guys. There we go. And nothing's taken away from our logic, right? I feel like the horrific necktie should, but I'm glad that it doesn't. What do we got over here? Oh, we completed a task. The pissing competition. There we go. All right. Kim, I'm sorry to keep bothering you. I mean, kind of. It's fun to bother you, but hey, what do you know? That increased it quite a bit. Oh, because it got to 7 on 2d6. That makes sense. All right, so let's see if we pass. Why did the 41st send me?
Because you're the best qualified. No, that doesn't seem right.
No, that makes sense. I'm exceedingly qualified.
If you're so well qualified, why can't you remember why you were sent? Anyway, don't keep the lieutenant waiting.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to keep Kim waiting. That's a good point. All right. Well, we can try that one next time we bump up logic. And Kim wasn't very helpful in terms of where we should go next. Ugh. I don't fancy our chances with our physical instrument. Oh, this is interactable? I thought it was. It was orange. I guess that maybe just means it's new. There used to be tape in this case, but it was destroyed in a fit of rage. Something about the Etienne's single smallest church in Saint-Saëns? Saint-Saëns? With the... I think the diacritical mark there in French starts a new syllable, but I couldn't tell you for sure. You must have rubbed someone the wrong way. The label says the song was recorded in 43.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with
Nothing in particular there. Interesting. Physical instrument, that's what I was looking through. Right, so we can get physique across the board from drinking, but that seems like a bad idea, given, you know, Harry. We can add one to a couple of our sub-skills there, but nothing to physical instrument, it looks like, that we don't already have equipped, which makes it harder to knock out Measurehead. Let me see about talking to Call Me Manana real quick. Now that I've talked to Measurehead, maybe he has something else he can help us with.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
He looks at you with soft and hazy eyes. The Measurehead thing didn't go well for me. Could you help me with that somehow?
Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock that Kowalczyk crane over using some remote controls.
Takes a swig from his flask.
Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
Turn to Kim. Wait, we have air support? Why didn't you tell me?
Because we don't. We don't have air support or any of those other things.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
He pats the side of his nose with his index finger.
something changes in his disposition, a merciful smile in the corner of his eye.
All right, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however.
Call me manana. Yeah, he's basically in Deus Ex, Den. He's like playing 0451 games. Alright, yes?
First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I do it. You're welcome.
He tips his eye and concludes.
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
I'm reluctant to ask Call Me Manana for money, but I kind of want to see what he says. Now that we already have his suggestion, maybe we it won't alienate him too much. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
He flips a coin towards you. You know, our hand-eye coordination could be worse. Try to catch it.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Appreciate it.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to...
He nods to the protesters.
You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing, though.
Ooh, the Union has problems getting by, or every little bit helps, you know, or gotta spend money to make money. Let's see. Yeah, the Union has problems getting by.
Nothing to worry about, really. The jam's a bit of a mess, cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last the strike, though.
We did then just ask for money from their strike fund. In our defense, the amount of money that we got was pretty minuscule. So, you know, I don't feel too bad about it. This feels like probably a fraction of what he spends on filling his flask in a day. But yes, it was very in poor... Well, it was discourteous and poorly conceived. But that if those two words don't describe our detective here, then I don't know what two words do. Let's see. Every little bit helps, you know.
I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
He looks at them in disbelief. Good talking to you. Gotta run. All right, well, I guess let's see if groveling helps. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, I just remembered, I think there's like a door in the back of the business over here. At least it looks like there is. Maybe we can check in.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
All right. She's not going to help us.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Oh, okay. So there's like more intense healing items.
You see several packaged raincoats. Phil, the packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
I forgot we could steal a raincoat. Not that I'm gonna steal a raincoat. That would be wrong. Man, I am fully out of leads on this other way around. So let's try Calma Manana's advice for getting past Measurehead. I don't think there's going to be a pleasant way to get past Measurehead, but, you know, maybe one that doesn't require internalizing
Your race descent has
pseudoscientific
only worsened
racism.
since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
You saw me like an hour ago, man. They seem to want you to steal a raincoat as much as tobacco companies in the 70s and 80s wanted kids to steal a pack. I mean, you have a point. Looks like it didn't really give us... Oh, it gave us a bonus to subscribe to his advanced race theory. Which I don't extra specially want to do, but it is starting to look like our only reasonable option for progressing. Other than showing him the mug, which I don't extra specially want to hear what he has to say about the racist mug. Next time I'm in the pawn shop, I'll see if Roy wants it. He probably won't, because it is both broken and racist. Alright, well, if we're gonna try the conceptualization thing, let's give ourselves the best possible chance at it. Bump our conceptualization up as far as we possibly can. Alright.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you.
I know.
You have really let yourself go.
I'm surprised it's only a 13 to knock him out. I'm amused that it's a white check. We could just try again and again if we wanted to. Alright. We have a really good chance of subscribing to his advanced race theory. Let's try.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
I love that it gives you an opt-out. Oh, I would love to opt out. This is one of those things where it's like, it does seem like there is another way around. I don't have a clue as to how to pursue it. And so I am in the position of do the thing or turn the game off. And if I was playing just, you know, by myself, not streaming, I might take option 2 for now. But since I am doing it live, as they say, I guess I'm not gonna, you know, take the just turn the game off path. So, Measurehead, I am new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there. Yeah, how much do you want to move forward? Ugh. I mean, I guess I could down a bottle of cheap red wine and see how that does for my physical instrument, but again, it seems like a bad idea. given how our face looks.
Do you?
Every time you title the stream with plans to avoid someone, the game says no, you will not avoid them. Yeah. Unless I have a plan to knock them out, though, I don't guess I really know what else to do. I'm gonna whisper, "This is for the thing." Because it's funny and... This is for the thing.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then, to you, he lets out an audible sigh.
Yeah, Kim did hear Call Me Manana.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayolite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself.
Okay.
There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
I already regret going this route. We should have just tanked up on Booze and tried to clock him. Oh boy. Yeah, microtechnology and category. maybe Measurehead is just seeing if we'll correct his pronunciations. Alright, type A.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
Which is the type that knows how words work. Yeah, that would be a good comeback here, Den. Oh, this is going to be deeply unpleasant.
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Wait, who exactly are the Maun?
You know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
So these are the Dutch, Germans, Austrians, and Prussians, I guess?
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century. You might want to avoid wooden clogs too.
Okay, got it. Who are Type A then, in your view?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities.
Yeah, and he thinks so. I think a more tassel-centric culture would honestly be kind of dope, and frankly, what this tells us is that Measurehead does not enjoy burlesque, which, you know, how wise can his worldview really be?
The other large mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
I'm perplexed by the fact that he can pronounce oleaginous.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
Yeah, Dan, he does not get to talk about glandular problems. Also, this is some, like, Andrew Wakefield vaccine pseudoscience levels of, like, body system interactivity here. And who are the Seminoles and Areopagites? I was confident that I could pronounce it until I tried to pronounce it. Thank you for being a good mod, anything so's.
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Seminoles and the Areopagites are on the ascent.
I'm going to regret all of this. And the Seminoles are...
The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Seminoles inhabit the southern islands. I am Seminoles, from the stock of Ulenbuir on Ile de Fantôme.
Gestures toward the south across the ocean. And the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Seminoles are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Maran to Ansuland, thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun Reden Occidentals discovered this place.
Dan occasionally listens to El Mariachi music as well. This is why they sweat. It has nothing to do with the heat in Texas. Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't.
Wait, didn't Il Maran desert pygmies invent alcohol and get pillaged just a short while ago?
You know, Rhetoric, I think that on this game's timescale, that is true. So, weren't the Ilmarans pillaged by my people and then Al Ghul happened and all that?
No, those were scimitar-wielding race losers of Sahravar, Izzet, and Bashir, with their Himmi servants. Big difference. The Areopagites were fasting and conquering while this happened. You never penetrated the western dunes.
All of this, like, gobbledygook pseudoscience nonsense, and he just throws in the phrase race losers.
Jean, baby, you're on fire.
The young woman looks adoringly.
I know, bae.
What's the difference between the Seminoles and the Areopagites? Continue receiving wisdom. Okay.
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Seminoles are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the mystery. He makes them sound like xenomorphs. I also am getting the feeling that Pericarnassus here is sort of like an Atlantis, which, weirdly enough, is pretty central to certain real-world racist pseudosciences if you, happen not to be aware of the minutia of dumb racist alt history. But I guess we'll find out later if I'm right or not.
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Semino-Areopagite, or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Nature was not capable of more.
Inland Empire, I do not need you getting in on this. All right. This is a trial. This is designed deliberately to be like, how much of this can you take? Do you regret your decisions yet? And yes, game, I do regret my decisions. I would like to see more game, but I regret my decisions. Type B.
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
Oh, good. Mud-colored?
To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an distinct muddy color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, sweaty, and ashen.
Anything So's does raise a good point. Mud comes in many colors, and also I like that you apparently need to be an expert level racist to tell that really the mud color is on the soul of the Koikos, apparently. Oh my god.
Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the grad people have undergone for drinking alcohol and smoking the degenerate tobacco and for eating potato.
Oh, potato is a problem now. This guy would have loved St. Augustine. Yeah, and probably does somehow transdimensionally love Julius Evola. Oh, welcome, Caterjunes, and yeah, rip St. Augustine, you would have loved Measurehead. Yeah, no, St. Augustine would be in here being like, this guy's got some good points. Why does everybody hate him so much? Although I guess probably more like Greek, Latin. I forget where Hippo is. So I know the writing was in Latin, but I don't know what the vernacular would have been for St. Augustine.
The Koiko, the countless micronationalities or grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
I mean, that sounds like something that you would approve of, though.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
Hey, yeah, thanks, Rhetoric. You don't like ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Seminole Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla.
Isn't there a lot of, like, pale between some of these places?
Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Simonese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
Glad to know Greek exists in this world. Okay. Idiot doesn't know how to say epitome. Yeah, so he's against ethnostates because he's against states. And the Vacholier you mentioned?
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial Cauldron. Two makes to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
That is a weirdly specific number, and if history here means written records, then I am really starting to suspect that we're doing some misread Plato and read Helena Blavatsky too accurately kind of stuff here.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
I really like that my mental skills keep on asking the same questions that I am like having. So I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long. I've heard about this revolution. Mistakes were made, but it was the right stuff. You're wrong about it. That revolution was perpetrated by degenerate left-wing marauders, not all the people of Revachol, or go away stupid political thoughts. What was this revolution? I mean, I gotta start with I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespius.
That didn't answer my question. This is like some, like new chronology, phantom time stuff going on here. Why not? Let's debate politics, the history of political revolution with the enormous racist pseudoscientist. I've heard about this revolution. Mistakes were made, but it was the right stuff. You're wrong about it. Oh, I'm very sorry about the conversations you've had in hotel bars, Catajunes, that are you're being reminded of by Measurehead. That's, at least this isn't a video game. If I really want to, I can just Alt F4 and banish him to the Nether Realm. You're wrong about the revolution.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zaraz-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness. A prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia.
Yeah, Den brings up a good point that even Aboriginal Australian oral histories only go back like something like 50,000 years. I think that there are certain like texts and traditions in Hinduism that like use very large numbers to describe sort of cosmic epochs, but I think if I'm remembering correctly, it has been literal decades since I read this stuff, so don't take anything I'm saying to the bank with you, but I think that at least some of those periods are like pre-Earth, right? Like they predate the creation of the world we live on, so even that doesn't really get to 82,000 years as far as I remember. Measurehead let YouTube autoplay as he fell asleep too many times. Oh god, is that not the truth? Oh boy, that's real. Also, look, not to spend hours and hours of everybody's lives nitpicking racist pseudoscience in a fictional world, but like he knows that Saras is a prion disease. I don't think it can be carried on potatoes. I don't think potatoes can give you prion diseases. Am I wrong about that? I mean, I am not an expert, but I have it in my head that that's not likely to happen.
The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the Khoikhoi to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant.
I mean, Catajunes, you raise an interesting point. Maybe he means something different by potato, but it does sound an awful lot like he's just talking about potatoes. A hereditary prion condition. I don't think that's a thing that exists either, though.
Enough of Tibet mediocrity.
He nods, satisfied with the outcome, and now... I really don't want to click on this, but I guess it's the way forward now. We've done this. I've done this to you and to me, I guess. There's no real we about it. The vile see-through F race cauldron of pederasty, please.
Tips the F are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Fatal familia insomnia is genetic, not from prions. Thank you, Erudite Aramite, for that clarification. Like I said, not an expert, and I could not. I would have to look up the meaning of the phrase "fatal familial insomnia." Anyway, I don't claim to know precisely. I know what each of those words mean in specific, but also thank you for viewing and for chatting. He's mistaken deer for potatoes. Maybe his vision isn't very good. Seems like a suboptimal racial feature, I guess. Ugh. I'm not going to ask. Yes, better not to go into it. I think we can avoid some of the worst of this conversation this way.
It would be cruel to entertain ourselves with their deformities. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
Now that we've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
I was hoping we were going to be done, but that obviously would be too kind. Will you let me into the harbor if I do? How do I word the mystery? Or on second thought, I don't have time to get any deeper into this stuff. I mean, I guess I need to know if I'll get into the harbor if I do this. It does feel like, we've come this far, the best way out is through, etc. But as Den is fond of reminding us, truly, if you give an inch, they'll take a mile. But as Den is fond of reminding us, sunk costs are, lost and gone. Will you let me into the harbor if I do?
We will see.
God damn it, Measurehead.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way in, without becoming a race theoretician.
Yeah, sunk costs are always irrelevant costs. Yeah, I like that idea, Kim, but I don't know what they might be.
Am I mildly worried he might take it seriously? The lieutenant thinks. Yes, I am, he concludes. I am worried.
I mean, I can't really say we've given Kim a lot of reasons to believe in us. I'm guessing we'll be able to come back if we get truly stonewalled. On second thought, I don't have time to get any deeper into this stuff.
Lost, though. Buckled away at the last gate. This is why your haplogroup will never rise from the ashes. Now, I need to luxuriate in the private company of my babe. Leave me.
Kim is right to worry about this. Yeah, indeed, Countertunes. Let's discuss something else.
I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vacholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
Hey, look, one of those things is pretty cool. Alright. Knock his block off looks easy, yeah. I was looking through it, and the only way that I have to reliably increase my physical instrument score is drinking cheap wine at a cost of morale. And that seems like, I don't know, kind of a bad idea. Now that we've got the shirt on anyway. Kim, if you're going to suggest that there might be another way, can you tell me about it, please? Say, it looks like Jeff Bezos is in attendance among the scabs down there. Okay. Well, I'm coming up against some seeming dead ends here. Let me check my All right, we're not too far away from finishing rigorous self-critique, which hopefully gives us a little bit of authority back. And then our journal here. Track down the gun. I mean, we have a little time to go before we can visit apartment 28, which hopefully would help us out. I would love to find a way into the secret passages, but no progress on that just yet. Miracles happen. Track down the badge. I mean, we can confront Kuno about the armor. I guess that's something that's really in our power right now, even though it seems deeply unpleasant to do. All right. Hi, Kuno. I'm sure we're not going to enjoy this conversation.
Fuck does Kuno care?
The boy turns to you. He does not care. I do not really want to buy the fallen pants, although it would give us some physical instrument. I would not be able to have anywhere to sleep tonight, so if I get 10 real and 35 centimes, then I will buy the track pants from Kuno. I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
He raises his eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference. Yeah. Out of the frying pan conversation with Measurehead and into the fire conversation with Kuno. Yeah. For real. And hey, we leveled up, so that's something.
You should thank him.
I should thank him. He told me he promised to stick the pigs on him. He said thank you, wasn't too keen on chasing down that armor anyway. He said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock, or nothing really. Nothing. The tip really paid off. Good job, Kuno. I mean, suggestion occasionally steers me wrong, but I kind of like this idea. Yeah, nothing. The tip really paid off. Good job, Kuno.
What? Don't be playing Kuno off as a snitch bitch. The oldest trick in the book, people.
He quickly looks around.
Are you snitching, Kuno?
This is some ancient bullshit, people. Kuno would rather take 10 than snitch. Pigs full of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
You found a real nice button to push. Turned the tables on him.
Oh, thanks, rhetoric and suggestion. All right. Okay, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Seemed to care just a lot a second ago. All right, well, that was pleasantly brief. And we kind of sort of, like, got the better of Kuno a bit, which is nice. Do we think that person in the upstairs room is still in the shower? I guess we can knock again. Because that's the only thing I can think of for getting, like, to the roofs of the whirling. Let's clear our where is the rest of the armor. And we're back up at 2 skill points, so I don't know. It may soon be time to finally forget Mazovian socioeconomics and get our visual calculus and authority back. We'll see.
The door is closed.
Knock again.
Still no answer.
Let's see. I feel like this is confrontational, but it may be the only way we get any actual information. So, knock again, much harder.
Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. He doesn't like where this is going.
All right, well, then we can always come back and try the handle again some other time, I suppose.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those.
I don't know why I haven't asked this yet. So the phone line is dead?
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
He shakes his head and adds, let's see. That's pretty strange.
It's not strange, it's inconvenient.
Is it true that there was foul play?
Who told you that?
I would never disclose my sources. That would be dishonorable.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of arseholes around here who aren't murderers.
Here and everywhere, Gart.
If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill.
Okay, so I'm going to ask him again about this door. I don't think we're going to get anything new, but it'll help refresh my memory, I hope. There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
He shrugs. Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
All right, well, thank you for refreshing my memory.
Yes?
All right, now I know that we haven't had any luck speaking with this gentleman.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Do you know what's behind that door? Point to the blue door.
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
All right, well, that was about as helpful as I expected. I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. Well, we have access to this whole building area, but I don't think it's going to help us very much. I don't think there's anything I can do with this post box
The dented
either.
yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's a couple of things that I don't seem to have interacted with yet. More money! Hey, getting closer to those track pants. I guess I could always follow the loading screen's advice and buy a book to pass the time. And I guess I've already forgotten his name, but our merchant friend here has some things that we could buy as well if we have the money for them, which, you know, the shoes are an interesting idea, but we don't have anywhere near enough money for that. Let's see. Oh, another orb. Some kind of machine, an antique cash register? Alright, let's talk to Roy.
Hello again. How can I help you? Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Empty cassette case. I don't really want to sell the production schedule filament just yet. Yeah, some of this stuff would come in handy if I needed the money, but...
Another time, perhaps.
What did we just get here? Hold of a sad song on tape. Huh. Interesting. I don't guess there was much
the
else I could...
boomboxes wait on the shelves.
Right.
And your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
And again, once I have enough money to be sure that I have somewhere to sleep. Start maybe investing some points to
a rusting control panel. This panel
retry some
usually
checks.
closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed Samaran butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Well, let's give it a try.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
Release the lever.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
All right. I guess I don't rightly know what day today is. Oh, Tuesday. Okay, so I could, I guess, do that tomorrow. That'd probably be fine. Ugh. Now this is a visual calculus check, so I'm kind of... Let's look at our checks. We've got pain threshold, the man from Helmdall, box of sunglasses, perception, right? Composure. Those in white are available to try right now. So I wouldn't have to add anything to the ones in white to try them. A lot of physical instrument stuff, actually. That might be... God, and Measurehead is the least of them. Whew. That's, upsetting. Yeah, we might need to up our physical instrument. But if we're going to do that, then my instinct would be to go and try the ones that aren't locked. Before we up anything. You know, just to get another shot, another roll of the die. Time to do some substances. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Well, let's start doing a little tour of these. Start at the bookstore. Why not? Because the other option is, you know, becoming an advanced race theorist, which we already put ourselves through some pain doing. Yeah, failure is a valid way to progress. That's one of the cool and interesting things about this game, Erudite. So, yeah. Good point. Start cleaning up some checks.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere.
All right, let me just make sure I have my gear sorted, so to speak. Put that on a motivational cat poster, yeah. Yeah, all right.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks.
Do any of the books call out to me?
Extremely muscular sword. A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
What is it?
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from Hyundai in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man.
All right.
She's laughing at him, belittling him.
Oh, good.
Between the throne and the Hyundai man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Hyundai and the Devil Woman.
Promising. All right, interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyundai novels.
All right, well, we have 2 options for Sjaldallerman books now. So that's 1 check down. Let's see. The box of sunglasses. The Hanged Man is in the freezer now. René. It's interesting that he's unlocked, actually. Let me go talk to him. He's close by. I thought that one would still be locked, but maybe we raised composure and since then and I forgot about it. Alright. Let's see about our things. Composure is at +1. Maybe with time he's forgiven us. Could be. Could be.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabiner do for you?
Right. We had our +1 -1 for the bulls. Yeah, I mean it's still a low chance, but that's still a chance.
Still,
No.
all you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform with a civilian attire.
Anything else I can assist you with, officer? We still have a game to finish.
Yeah, thank you for your time. All right. Map. All right, so he's now locked. We have that electrochemistry possibility in the mirror. Our authority is going to need to recover somewhat before this is a good idea, but doesn't mean we can't try it. Conceptualization impossible. Map wall. We might be able to do this one. It's back in the bookstore, which is close by. I mean, we're probably going to get to most or all of them until something opens up, but, you know, might as well be strategic. All right. All right. This is a composure or an interfacing? I forget. Interfacing. I don't think we have a whole lot that helps with that, but we were wearing our +1 interfacing. Yeah. All right. Here goes.
Several maps have the maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol. This large map displays Ozon, Lorenta. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou. You can on Lost Little. The ocean breaks apart connections to other worlds. 850 million people live on these tiny dots. An oceanic world of culture and commerce, torn apart by history.
Apologies for speeding through all that. I have, done all of it before. I'm just looking for how to get to the check.
The north coast of a verdant
because I do not remember.
Is to the east, Huron. It's so small. No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is the one of Martinez so cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
No, it does not. What happened then?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
I bet. All right. The question remains, map wall might not be here. It must have been the curse. Yeah. I thought it was telling me it was in the bookstore because that's where I remembered there being a map wall. This could be about the radio, failed radio business, though. Let me go check there. I think it's probably that map of stations and such. Oh, right. We probably need a flashlight.
It's dark.
The lieutenant states the obvious.
And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
Fair point. Yes, totally obvious.
Right. Now let's get to it.
Look, just because I'm not usually thinking about the useful things to think about does not mean that I won't get there eventually. Oop. But where are the clothes it used to display? Good question. Probably somebody is using them for something. All right.
This old fireplace is covered a diagram for summoning some. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. You think so? They must have had massive air width. Whoever decides all of this is... There's no...
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
The cost of air width alone must have been huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Squint at the lines.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone.
Okay. I thought this was probably it, but now I am less certain. Usually when there's a check around, it puts it like when you interact with the person or
Your
thing.
flashlights, some of the writing has faded with...
Looks like maybe that's not always the case.
This old
see if I can-
diagram, the whole thing resembled history classes, radio frequencies. It's unclear. It looks like a... You think so?
Piece of art.
They must have had massive air width. Someone
Game
very...
master.
The leader of a conductor for the... Whoever decides all of this is... There's no way...
My God. The schedule.
Say that.
Nothing. It's
Yeah.
just...
I don't know that this is the right thing because I can't seem to pull up a check about it. Dang. I did not think I would have this much trouble figuring out what the check was. Apologies for that. Because, like, all this stuff seems like it's in this building. And then, yeah, those go elsewhere. Is the option to steal the map, but I bought it? Maybe? But that doesn't seem like it would be... Maybe more of a savoir-faire challenge, I thought. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Could very well be.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? I'm listening.
Let's see. Questions about the intercom. Hair salon, broken windows, stuffed animals, mannequins, blades and sticks, strange machine.
They were an interest. They certainly took the usual. Well, they seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some ground. Yes, but in the end they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time.
Maybe a bug. If you bought the map, it's no longer available. Okay. Thank you, Dynamite. That reassures me somewhat. And I will move on to a different check that I can try to follow up on. Yeah.
Not the wisest.
The result, the dice.
Anything
Finish
else?
with the die maker.
Good. I hope it's...
All right. There are some checks in the basement here, I know. They're going to be tough, but that doesn't need to stop us from attempting them. All right, let's see. So I know we've got the pry bar here. Let's see.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer.
I don't really know
Ice
what-
around it. slowly melting.
To do about the pry bar not being strong enough, but we're probably going to be upping our physical instrument again anyway, so it might be worth just taking the long shot before we do it, and seeing if failure contains any useful information. Crack open the lid.
The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge.
What is this?
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Advanced? Where do we get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
But it's got information in it.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
Thank you, Inland Empire, for the encouragement. All right, let's see. That barbell downstairs, the warded door. I'm trying to remember precisely where that was. This is the wires.
Only the red cable is...
Yeah, I don't need that right now. This goes back out to the street. Yeah. All right, let's see about that door if we can find it. And then we can always injure ourselves with the barbell. What could possibly go wrong? Back this way. Don't rightly remember. Must be. I guess while we're being thorough. Yeah. I guess the warded door is the one that we opened to get back here, actually. And so that's probably another one that didn't get removed from the list, even though we obviated it. All right, so let's see about this barbell and the damage that it can do to us.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
It's not as low as it could be. Let's see about lifting the barbell. And try not to die. All right, we didn't die.
You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with... See?
Oops.
See? This place is cursed.
That must be it, Inland Empire. Yeah, we didn't actually drop dead. That's an incredible accomplishment. Seems like I'm a little out of shape, or maybe these gloves just suck.
Proper weightlifting gloves would definitely afford a better grip.
All right. Thank you, Kim, for humoring me a little bit. Yeah, that's got to be the warded door. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Measure head, the backyard wall. I mean, we might as well try that one, conceptualization. And the mirror while we're at it, frankly. Kim's got that sleeper build. Alright. Let's take on a tall conceptualization challenge. Why not? Let's see. We had at least one. All right. I think I got the right stat for this. I believe in us too. The campaign goal of dipping and kissing Kim continues to go badly. Kim flirting with us is really slowing down this investigation.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
All right. 8%. Here we go.
You have no clue. It's just a wall. So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
I always like it when I hear from Shivers. I didn't put a whole lot into my physical instruments, so it doesn't happen amazingly often. All right. So these two are probably just not really around. And then we've got the Hanged Man and the box of sunglasses. While we're in our conceptualization gear, let's go waste a little time with the box of sunglasses. Why not? We can try the mirror as well. Hey, Drask, welcome in. We're looking for ways forward without a whole ton of luck just yet, but we're going through and trying unlocked checks and seeing what sticks. I have a feeling that talking to the smoker on the balcony will give us a little bit more to do eventually, but that's not for another few hours, so. Yeah, we did, the main thing you missed was a very extended conversation with Measurehead, learning the fundamentals of in-world racist pseudoscience, which was bracing.
Shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Try again. Maybe you can find some interesting sunglasses in the box.
No luck. All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor, produced by a bargain sportswear brand called Amphibian, apparently. There's a malformed green frog on its bent cap.
I kind of unironically want this visor, though. We're working so hard to not address the Measurehead situation until we stand a snowball's chance in hell of punching him semi-successfully. To answer your question, Draskarius, the time passes in this game based on actions in this text column. So talking, thinking, interacting with the environment. Different actions take different numbers of minutes. Evidently reading is sort of an efficient way to pass time quickly, but we don't have quite enough money to afford a book and also have a place to sleep for the night, so I've been avoiding doing that and trying to go do all the other things in the meantime.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. It'll definitely keep the sun out of your eyes while you're shooting criminals. Bang, bang! And all for a mere 6 real.
Reluctantly put the visor back.
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
Leave for now. Okay. We can do our perception check on the Hanged Man, which is probably a good place to... Goodness gracious, what happened there? Our scrolling isn't really working super well. Apologies. Let us... The weird choice of prioritizing a place to sleep over books. Yeah, I can't really justify myself. Maybe I have one of those prion diseases we were talking about earlier. So yeah, let's try our impossible electrochemistry long shot here in the mirror back in our room. And then we can try our very difficult, goodness gracious, it's rolling. Try our very legendary perception check on the Hanged Man in the freezer. And then, I guess all else fails, we can go take a swing at Measurehead. It's a white check, so if he doesn't out and out kill us, then we can try it again sometime. After we succeed with the barbell maybe and beef up a little bit. Really love to be able to get through this door or to the roof or whatever. I'm thinking maybe the smoker on the balcony helps us with that.
The door is closed.
Still nothing. All right, fine. Let's heroically try to stop making the expression. Let's see, that's a electrochemistry challenge. So we've got some things that maybe can help with that. Jeans and fingerless gloves.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
All right.
It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression.
I love how upping our electrochemistry and having the steam turned off still does not help increase our chances, but that's why it's called an impossible check. And hey, it's not no chance. So attempt to stop the expression from happening.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
I do believe that. All right, let's leave the mirror be for now. Change some of our stuff back. I love the mesh tank top giving us drama. Haven't found a good use for it yet, but I do love that we have it. Lots of dudes on LinkedIn apparently failed this check too. Ouch. All right, let's go see about our man in the freezer in the basement. And, no, we don't get to it that way. And then we can start putting a point here, a point there, here a point, there a point, everywhere a point, point. I forgot that we have a shortcut to the basement until I got in here. We can go to it from the street. God damn it, Kim. I don't need your sass. I know, I forgot the flashlight. It works better held in the hand. Okay. Let's go. It's the DreamWorks smirk. Oh no. I think you're right. It is. It's even got the eyebrow. Kim doesn't have dark vision. Yeah, I'm sure Measurehead has a response to that I don't want to hear. All right, this is perception, and I don't think we have anything that's going to particularly help us with that. Though I will double check. Oh, yeah, no, Dan, I knew you were making a TTRPG joke. I was making a D&D joke in response. You know, United Ermite, he is funny in a way. It's being trapped in a conversation that I've had a variation of more than once in real life that brings on the revulsion. It's sort of the echoes of the actual thing that he is sort of reflecting on. It is absolutely very hilariously written. You know, you're you know, watching somebody who hasn't talked to the character previously and is seeing things that you know, are new and novel to me. And so my response is colored by, yeah, I think Gatterjune said had conversations in hotel bars like this.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
Okay, so we can send him away, talk to him again, try to remove his boots, which we'll get to that one in a second. Yeah, Yeah, so again, it's not the lowest percent chance that we could have. Search the body one more time thoroughly.
You touch the dead man's body. His skin is cold, light blue and silvery in the light of the fridge. You still have no idea where to begin, or what to even do with him.
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then.
I like your optimism and support, Kim. I do appreciate it. Let's see what try to remove the dead man's boots get us, because that is in our task log now. And maybe being frozen will help, as we'll have had the chance to talk about the armor some. Let's see what the options are. Try to remove the dead man's boots.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
The lieutenant shakes his head.
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Well, close the door for now. Double check our checks. Okay, so we could try to establish our authority with Titus, which is not going to go particularly well with our authority the way that it is. And we could try to take a swing at Measurehead, which we'd probably want to definitely have healed and quick saved first, but is not, not a red check. It could be something that we could do, and then, we would have to increase a stat to try anything again. So, I mean, while we're being reckless, we can do both of those things. Drask, it does look like we get as many chances as we can afford to invest skill points for, at least, though it does not come as a given that it's without consequence. I think he is very much going to hurt us in return when we do that. But, that doesn't mean we can't do it. All right, let's go see what sort of morale damage Titus does to us here.
Looks like the circus left him, but the clowns are still here.
Titus does not look particularly happy to see you. Well, we could always roll a 12. It could happen. Establish authority.
Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind.
All right, so we've got a couple of options to fail with here. First, you tell me someone's been raped, then you don't say who. That's bullshit. Stomp your foot. Your feet, sorry. I'm the only thing keeping this town from going to hell, and you're not helping. Point your finger. Turn to Lieutenant. Kim, I need your gun. Some knowledge is its own price. That's it? That's all I got?
Did you already try the gun thing? I hear the gun thing is excellent and has great results. You're probably right. The others are only there for filler, to make the gun thing pop.
Oh no, they're breaking the fourth wall. Oh. Let's let Kim run interference for us here, make it his problem. Kim, I need your gun.
Why?
This is not what he thinks it is. This is a great idea.
Failure leads to content for the content mill.
I'm afraid it's not what you think it is either.
What? Who? Me? What is it?
Yes. You. Stop talking out loud. You sound like you're unraveling.
You know what, Volition? You might be right. Everybody calm down. This is only a demonstration. Turn to Kim. Kim, the gun, please.
What in the name of fuck are you doing?
But I don't want to give you my gun.
The lieutenant looks worried and whispers.
The fuck is happening, Titus? What are they whispering about?
Easy, Shanks. I want to see where this is going.
I'm not scared anymore. I know what I have to do. Or, trust me, Kim, I am merely flesh. Good lord. There is no other way. Or, I know what I'm doing. It's not my first day on the police job. Oh, boy. It is, I guess, effectively our second day on the police job. Oh, trust me, Kim, I am merely flesh.
Merely what?
He doesn't quite catch that last word. A brief moment passes in silence, then...
Be careful, it's loaded.
He unholsters and gives you his firearm. It feels oddly light and buzzing in your hand, like a funny toy.
Good. Now put it in your mouth.
Oh, God, authority. I would have pointed at them, or put the barrel in your mouth, or... So, behold the, demonstration. Give the gun back. This is getting too scary. I don't really want a repeat here of some stuff that we obliterated with alcohol before the game started. Boy. Yeah, no, I think that in terms of damage control, so behold the demonstration, give the gun back, this is getting too scary. It's probably going to give us a penalty on further retries, but, you know, it's always been a long shot, so.
Thank you.
So, he quickly returns the gun to his holster and looks at the room.
Yeah, I have one. What the fuck was that, you Nancy?
Nothing, just a minor misunderstanding. Let's return to questions, officer.
He is grateful to have that gun back on his belt right now.
Okay, well, it didn't do anything additional to hurt our chances in the future, so I find that relatively acceptable. Gun in and out of our inventory. Okay. Let's see about our ongoing adventures with the enormous racist. All right. So, a couple of things. Having established a save here, let us... all right, we are as good on physical instrument with equipment as we're going to get, and we should probably make sure that we're topped off on health before we take a swing at him. He might still kill us.
Has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
And I mean, look, it's like not the lowest it could be. Let's see what happens. Knock him out.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
The pressure on your hand becomes unbearable. So I can follow his instructions. I can say, fuck you, or I'm a cop, or help. I have a feeling he's just going to break our hand if we do something else. And we already went along with his stupid diatribe, so I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
He does have a point about cops. Not in the way he thinks he does, exactly. But the self-image of the American warrior cop is a psychologically fascinating phenomenon. He recognizes our dating sim situation. Yeah, these are all the same answer in many ways. All right. Kim has something to say to us.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that Hulk.
But he's the one trying to probe me, or, okay, I was trying to assert my dominance over him, but I was fighting bad, unsavory ideologies. I'm a hero. Or, can't promise that. I might attack him again. Or, alright, fine, I won't do it again, and then leave. But I was fighting bad, unsavory ideologies. I'm a hero.
We are not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime. Don't make the situation any more volatile than it already is.
I like that we get to do several of these. Okay, I was trying to assert my dominance over him.
We are not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime. Don't make the situation any more volatile than it already is.
Can't promise that. I might attack him again.
The lieutenant groans, but doesn't say anything. That's right. You should do it again. It's the last thing you'll be expecting.
You know, Volition? Raise a good point.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
Couldn't be me. So you must be mistaken. I'm a real radical. Or that's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's got to keep it sane around here, or this is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it? I mean, I mostly haven't, but, let's see, you must be mistaken. I'm a real radical.
Of course. A radical centrist. In these bright and loud times where 1,000 frequencies drown one another out, sober thinking is a radical act. It's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
Oh boy. First, where is this Kingdom of Conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
How do you bring about those circumstances?
Incrementally. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
But what about all the things that are wrong now?
Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future.
Literally a thing Elon Musk has said. Not exactly in the exact same word. Yeah, so incrementally it can't even be noticed.
You may never live to see the Kingdom of Conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What sang-froid?
Composure. Come on. Oh, wait, is the Kingdom of Conscience really about doing things or just preserving the status quo?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
What? Where's my answer for what's the difference? Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed? No?
Then you've never lived through real chaos.
Maybe not. I don't know. I lost my past.
Sometimes, in the face of great disaster, defending the status quo is progress.
Okay, but what's the Kingdom of Conscience actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe. Partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capitalist, post-national.
Okay.
It's also post-industrial. post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
So we could say, sounds incredible, allons-y, let's go there right now to opt in, or that seems fine, I still want to live for the present though, to opt out, or man, that sounds kind of terrible, I don't think I want to be a moralist anymore, and indeed never did want to be one, so opt out.
What you want is immaterial. The kingdom of conscience is coming, whether you like it or not, only very slowly.
Oh, that was very amusing. Okay, so I think our next move is to do the thing that I have been threatening to do and put one of our points into physical instrument. And have a look at all of the checks that have unlocked. The sleeping dock worker, measure head, the barbell, and the ice cream maker. The terrible thing that will not arrive until at least your grandchildren's hypothetical lives is going to continue chasing you, not unlike an immortal snail chasing you in that one hypothetical, and also in a mod for the game Shadows of Doubt, apparently. Alright, we're standing right here, so let's give the measure head retry a retry.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you.
Look
You
at how
have
much better
really
this is.
Let yourself go.
But you raise a good point, Drask. You don't get an arbitrarily large amount of money in this case. Don't even really get a, small amount of money. We could just about afford a boombox, though, currently. Volition says do it again, gave us a +1, and we gave ourselves a +1. So, 42% chance. It could be worse, and we did have the save before we tried any of this if it gets real disastrous. So, Kim said don't knock you out. Nope.
It has happened again. The Titan has your fist locked in his hand, and he's twisting it.
Another fit of criminal rage. Who are you, in your own words?
The pressure on your already broken hand becomes unbearable. Degenerate alcoholic.
Good. Now go before you enter cardiac arrest.
I mean, that is genuinely a risk here.
Please, stop doing this. You are making us look bad.
We took some more morale damage there. So let's heal one so that we aren't on death's door, so to speak. And go try some other physical instrument unlocked tasks before we take our last little Hail Mary shot there with our remaining point, which will bring us up to our stat cap on physical instrument. If I'm not mistaken. Here we go. I think is this the guy that we can try to move? No. Where's the sleeping dock worker? He's in the whirling. My mistake. And he's not here right now because he's here in the evening. That's fine. Not the most important one, just going down the list. Let's see if we can hurt ourselves with those barbells again. This is actually not the fastest way. I remembered the door was there, but not how the building was put together. I am very smart and attentive. Here we go. And it probably won't make a difference, but, since they brought up the gloves last time, let's put on some fingerless gloves. Am I hydrating?
The
Yes.
barbell waits patiently on the floor. like
I mean,
a
I don't
dog
think
for its master.
that Harry is, but I, playing the game, am. All right. Let's try it again. Nope.
You managed to hoist it off the ground. But see? This place is cursed.
Let's just say nothing this
Weightlifting
time.
was never my favorite either.
The lieutenant is obviously handling you.
At the station gym, I mean. I prefer running. It clears your head.
The lieutenant steps away from the barbell, letting you recover in peace. All right. Use a bunch of our recovery items here, but you know, we've been swimming in them for a minute, so not really the worst thing. Goodness gracious. Sleeping dock worker, barbell. No, that's interesting. Where did the ice cream maker go? I guess maybe it's not available until we get a new crowbar, pry bar, whatever it's called. Rip Harold, he died the way he lived. And let me go down to the basement and see, just in case. But I have a feeling that's going to be what it is.
This orange machine is...
Okay. That is the case. A crowbar might be an Americanism, but I know that it's used in its shortened form in Romeo and Juliet. Friar Lawrence asks the other friar, I think he's just John, to go get a crow, meaning a pry bar. So it might be one of those things that was still current in like a colonial era and stayed on in the U.S. but not elsewhere. It would be my guess. Beyond that, don't really know. All right, we're spending all of the pennies in the jar. So we may very well die of morale loss here, but we've got a point. We can put it into physical instrument and try and crack Measurehead a good one more time. And then, yeah, if we've really done a number on ourselves, then we do have the save, that I can always go back to from before all this. But hopefully I can stick with my decisions like a real role-playing game, such as it were. All right, let's see what happens.
Your race descent has only worsened since the last.
All right, we have a
soldier.
better than even chance this time.
You have really let yourself go.
Nope.
It has happened again.
Another fit of criminal. Good. Now go before you enter cardiac arrest.
All right. Uh-oh, morale critical.
Please, stop doing this. You are making us look bad.
I'm glad that it lets you do that. That's nice. Okay, so we are running out of things that we can reasonably try to do. But we might as well give the barbell a try and see if we can succeed and what then that might mean for us. You know, this is really only fair because I had a number of amazing long shot rolls earlier in this playthrough, shooting down the corpse among them. So, you know, this is those rolls that went improbably well. I am now having some rolls go improbably poorly to counterbalance them. This game has truly put baby in the corner, yeah. All right. Kim is going to stand there and be like, not again.
Patiently on
All
the
right.
floor, like
Almost
an
an even chance. Hey. We did it.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
Say nothing. Revel in the feeling. Yeah, hopefully Kim is impressed on our third try. Whoa. That's bad gym etiquette.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to. Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
A little late for that, Inland Empire.
Good technique.
Hey, a compliment. All right. Well, we got some experience, and we got a little bit of morale back without having to use the last of our magnesium. So, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. I am going to keep going for another hour or so here, but I'm going to take a little bit of a bio break for just a moment and then be back. So please hang around. It'll only be a few minutes. I'll give you some soundtrack to listen to while that happens. And we'll have, like another hour to hour and a half of weeknight stream coming up in Disco Elysium here. So I'll be back soon. All right, I'm back. Didn't take me too long. Apparently, Kim has been walking in twitchy little circles behind us the whole time, as you can see here. Yeah, and so we are at a little bit of an impasse. Yeah, it looks like it unlocked our physical instruments. Doing the weight made us feel like we could do anything with our muscles, so we could go try to punch Measurehead again. Oh, that's great. I did not think that was in the realm of possibility, but yeah, we're gonna go try it again, and Kim is going to get closer and closer to shooting us the more times we try it. All right, you know what they say, fourth, I think, time's the charm? He really won't be expecting a real punch this time. Good lord.
Your race descent has only worsened since the last.
Ooh, lifted
soul.
some weights in the gym also gave us a
really
higher
let
chance.
yourself go.
That's amazing.
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight into his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break. The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time stands still around you. In the distance, the sounds of the harbor are falling silent. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip.
So wait, what should I do? Or rip into him with a right hook, or back up and perform a 360-degree flying spin kick? That last one seems kind of improbable. We had enough problems with the very basic fisticuffs that we were doing here just a moment ago. So let's just... yeah, not a roll. That's true. I think it is also more dignified if we hit him with a right hook, and I guess just see if he, like, goes down. Ah, dang it.
Oh God, wrong move. Your fist is in his hand again, like a pair of forceps crushing you. He has a monstrous recovery rate.
Yeah, no, always dignity. Harry is dignified, we know this.
You know the words. I am a degenerate drunk.
I like having the thought, how did this happen? I was winning? I mean, I figure I know how this happened, but I kind of want to see what Physical Instrument has to say about it. I failed because I refused to be funny. Quite possibly, yeah. You very well might have a point there. Toon rules. How did this happen? I was winning.
You were. But then you made a wrong move. And now your skull feels like it's about to crack.
Thanks, Physical Instrument. Let's see. Wiggling out seems unlikely. Toon rules. Oh no, we're Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Oh boy. Yeah, it does seem like the rules here. Why don't we see what happens when we say never? Yep.
The compression is unbearable. This is causing some serious damage to whatever precious, gelatinous thing is inside there. Your sight turns red.
Now, Kim, I understand that you're standing there with your hand on your gun because you're worried about my life, but also the button is there. You could just get past him while we're doing this and press the button. I just want to point that out, Kim.
It must be neurodegenerative. You never learn.
Let's go of your head and let you slump to the ground. We can do it again? Oh, I love that. All right, we're out of recovery items, but, you know, we have been real solid about this. So, yeah, try again. Punch his lights out with a right hook. Why not? Red. Oh, boy.
It has happened.
Another fit of criminal rage. Who are you, in your own words?
Yeah.
Good. Now go before you enter cardiac arrest.
And now it's locked again. Alas. We're out critical.
Please, stop doing this.
Alright, well, we have spent absolutely everything that we have trying to punch this guy. We literally cannot raise our physical instrument. We, as we've seen, could maybe unlock it other ways, but I think maybe at this point our best bet is to read a book. Yeah, Erudite Eremite. I kind of figured after the weights thing there might be other ways to reset it. Though we won't survive failing again. We might not survive succeeding again. But yeah, we know now. Cartoon logic. But yeah, I'm attempting to take my licks here and you know, play with some semblance of permanence. I, you know, obviously have the option of going back to my save from before it and you know, restocking, as it were. But I'm trying not to do save scumming if I,
Shelves
you know,
filled
don't
to the
absolutely
brim
have
with
to.
crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective Dick Mullen.
All right, so that's $8. The other one I think was $6 or $9, one of the two. What else we
Shelves
got?
full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are.
The Greatest Innocence, I believe, is the spiritual book. It really wants you to consider playing ball with his race science exam. To your credit, you'd sooner die. Oh, thank you, Counterjunes. Yeah.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
All right, well, this
There's
one...
also a wide range of paranatural literature.
This one we can buy another way to distract him. I mean, I would think so, but I haven't been able to find any other traversal options, checks. Very, very possible that I'm missing something, but that's okay. I'm, again, trying to kind of play the game in good faith. And this one has the hilarious price of $4.20 for a Bunkum Paranormal book, and will crucially leave us with enough money to still sleep tonight after we buy it. So I am going to, blaze that pail, as Counterjunes has said here, and see what the hell.
Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you.
She mumbles, staring at the book for a moment.
Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
Thank you, Plaisance. All right. A small green book giving off a peculiar foreboding impression, although it's hard to figure out why. It describes the various ways of healing debilitating ailments through the use of the pail, some of which sound implausible at best. Let's have a look-see.
Medicinal purposes of the pail. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoteric symbols.
Open the book.
Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pail. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book.
Let's check in our thought cabinet real quick. Medicinal applications of Quicksilver. Yeah. Looking for your daughter not being in the cold. Let's see. We had rigorous self-critique. Breakthrough imminent. Don't know what that means. I guess when we get out of this, it'll have a little orb for us. Let's see. What's a pharmacopoeia?
You come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicine practitioners, Mesk mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors. Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you.
Exactly. Radium homeopathy, Inland Empire likes it, so what could it possibly be?
It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pail, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies.
Let's see. Is there anything in there about restoring lost memories?
There are a number of CO-like tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition.
Anything about curing an apocalyptic hangover?
There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here. Want to give it a shot?
Rub your hands together. All right, book, let's see what you got.
First, you need to choose a base ingredient.
Ginger root, a sprig of fresh mint, or common meadow rue. Well, I know that ginger is good for nausea, so we're doing a hangover thing. Let's go with ginger root.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
Tea made from birch bark. That's also, well, no, I think I'm thinking of willow bark, but I'm pretty sure that aloe vera doesn't go in your stomach, and whiskey sounds not great. So let's go with boiler with tea made from birch bark.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Pomegranate tastes nice. Sugar tastes nice. Ginseng is supposed to be energizing. I don't guess no. I know if that's like verified or not. Okay, aloe vera can go in your stomach. I must be thinking of something else. Or making things up / imagining them. That's also a possibility. Yeah, it's some wild ginseng root. Why not?
The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxins. The ginseng should give you more energy as a nice bonus.
Great, so where can I get all this stuff?
From the pail, of course. Or perhaps from some enterprising entrepreneur, where you would find one of those, though. The book does not say.
Let's put the book away for now, because I believe we have a thing that will pop up in a moment. Here it is.
Rigorous self-critique. Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
Jesus, that's grim. Bonuses. Let's see. Int and psi, red check failures heal +1. Fizz and moat, red check failures heal +1 health. Learning cap for pain threshold raised to 6. Those are actually, like, pretty good to have around. Yes, sad cop time. All right. I am not terribly sorry that I internalized that one. Of course, I do know I'm 80 experience points away from being able to memory hole some of the less productive ones. That's okay. And of course, White Morning is a little less than 2 hours away. And yeah, our authority is only at -2 now from our thought cabinet. So yeah, overall, rigorous self-critique. And on the map, what are you telling me? Nothing much. Okay. Well, we can do more reading, which, you know, may well be a thing to do currently, since we just, have some time to kill. Let's come down here where there's a fan, though. And then, hopefully not have to spend too much time or too much money on other ways to pass the time.
Medicinal purposes of the pearl. The cover of this, flipping through the book, you find
just want
a number
some
of
general
sections
health advice.
Have you taken any walks through the pearl recently?
Maybe?
And on your walks, do you stop to meditate on the nature of your being?
Totally, every time.
Good. And when you meditate, are you in the nude?
What? No.
Nudity is the most important part. Of the many ways modern society prevents our true selves from manifesting, clothing may be the most repressive. You probably can't even take off your pants, can you?
Oh God, you're right. I can't take my pants off. Or I could, I just don't feel like it. Or I could, but Kim's here. I could, but Kim's here.
Your partner is even more repressed than you are. It would do you both a world of good to spend a little more time getting in touch with your bodies.
Wouldn't it just?
You glance over at the lieutenant, who is standing as usual with his hands neatly folded behind his back. What he's thinking about, if he's thinking about anything at all, is absolutely opaque to you.
Well, we may have tapped out the possibilities of the book productive ones anyway for now. We can look at our past cases. Oh, that'll help too. That'll pass some time. Trying to figure out if there's any stat bonus retooling I want to do with our clothes first. Okay. Oops. Not actually what I meant to do. Let's look at some cases.
Found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Let's read a case file.
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Which one do you want?
The Next World mural.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case."
Well, you raise a good point, Dan. With this much finish in the game, why isn't there a sauna? And my guess is that there might be. We just haven't found it yet. I get an Erudite. I'm right. The rent is too damn high indeed.
The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I ever find out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design.
All right, we'll read on.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3.
Okay, that development is genuinely really funny.
The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options.
So, interestingly enough, this, me voting in this would want an option, keep the mural, it is wrong. But I just like graffiti, so keep the mural, it is right.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
So all that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. The middle class are not to be blamed, it is human nature. I like it, but can't we wreak havoc on other nations instead? Or I must have voted and possibly even lobbied to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class.
In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter, and agreement as well. What do you want to tackle next?
I like that these give us a little bit of XP. It probably won't be enough to, get us another skill point, but, it's a nice little reward for delving into our past. Let's see. The couch in an unexpected location.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. At an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
This strikes me as fraternity behavior. Yeah, good for them. Brought their couch outside and hung out on it in the middle of the street, the roof, the hillside by the motorway. And the middle of the street is the only one that's really assholic. Were they perhaps correct? They looked really cool, like a rock band.
Yes, as you said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Did I ever catch those guys?
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
Well, let's check out our thought. I can revisit this.
Not much has changed.
White morning. Oh, this one doesn't seem to be voiced. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning, a modern death, divorce or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him, make him smaller, make him less you. Okay, Motoric's caps are raised by 1, that's great. And plus 20% zoom out distance. Oh, that's fun. They're having fun. All right. Our thought cabinet filling up nicely. We're a little ways away from being able to spend another skill point on it, but we're down to just -1 authority. and -1 visual calculus, which is nice. And moreover, if I run outside, I can ludonarrative consonants. Indeed, yeah, that's a perfect term for it. I think our street lights are on. We don't. I think we have a little while still to when we can talk to the guy. Yeah, that's at 2100 or 9 o'clock, and it is currently 8:30. So yeah, another case file and change, and we should be good. Look at this zoom. That's fun. All right, let's go inside for some more ludonarrative consonants. We're not just standing out in the cold. Oh, hey. Mirror balls going and everything. We unfortunately do not have a sad song that we can do karaoke to yet. Hi, Gart.
Can I help you?
Boo. But, yeah, let's go perch ourselves and read another case file here. I do enjoy reading
found
these.
in the trash.
Read a
It
case
takes
file.
about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've
The
devised.
square bullet hole
Which one
murders.
do you want? It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
Yeah, for Gart, the question is not, can you help, but will you help? And the answer seems to be no. Well observed, then. So, but?
That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
A sequence killer?
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next?
Oh, deliberate anticlimax.
Don't worry. One day.
Hell yeah. I like your belief in me, Inland Empire.
One day you may still catch the man with the square gun.
This man with the square gun. I like that. Let's see then. Next up, murder at the hookah parlor.
Murder. Tum 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 at the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
Wait, how?
Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner JM, only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor.
Right, on with the murder.
Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve, was doing it solo, said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister, was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
Wait, was Joseph Mills a good cop?
No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about.
Sounds like an asshole. Go on.
Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, Those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
I feel like I know how the "can you get high off of it" question to the ledger is going to go. But I don't know. I don't have a particular problem with hookah parlors, but they've never really interested me personally, so let's go with really stupid for this one.
Yeah. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open. Blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be?
I have a feeling it's going to be like a fall or something.
Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Table's low, heavy, really sharp edge.
He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table, and died?
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
What was he doing there for 6 hours?
Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed piecing it together. Next.
I can revisit this, because now...
Not much has changed.
We can go and talk to the smoker on the balcony. Just make sure that I've got all of the stats that I want in my... gear here. Conceptualization is probably going to be a little more useful. Yeah, detective work is so easy. To be fair, that hookah parlor one was kind of like a Slylock Fox kind of a thing. It's not the most brain bender one. As soon as I read how he died with a head wound, I was like, oh wait, I think I know this one. Here we go. Balcony. Alright, let's make another save. And see what we can do. Hello, Smorker.
Gendarmerie. You found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
We got your hint. Found the key right under that stone.
Beautiful.
He replies, smiling. As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Let's see. That's what I'm aiming for. Yes. Honestly, I'm just trying not to screw anything up. I'm not going to make things just right. I'm going to make them spectacular. Or I was hoping we could talk to you about a possible witness. Your balcony overlooks the murder scene. Or, sorry, I was hoping to talk to a possible witness. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. There is a, thread of our role-playing here that goes with I'm going to make them spectacular, but let's attempt not to get off on the wrongest possible foot. That's what I'm aiming for, yes?
Beautiful.
He says again. A nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
He nods towards door number 28. So, by the way, I'm really digging the view here. Point at the city skyline. Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday. Or wait, who exactly is visiting you? Or why would I want to meet your friend? Or very well, I'll talk to him, but I want to talk to you. First, I want to talk to you. I have so many questions. We might have just gotten propositioned, but it seems kind of unlikely since we have seen ourselves in the mirror. So it looks like we can talk to him first, at least for a little bit. Wait, who exactly is visiting you?
My Sunday friend. He's brilliant. Everyone wants to meet my Sunday friend. You'll see.
He repeats, his smile even wider than before. Why would I want to meet your friend?
Trust me. You do.
Fair enough. Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday.
Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather.
While we're at it, by the way, I'm really digging the view here. Point to the city skyline.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
He looks away, his cigarette end glowing in the dark.
Wait. Suddenly you are digging things?
The lieutenant whispers to you, shaking his head. You know what, Kim? I can dig some things sometimes. Very well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions. Kim also thinks that you got propositioned. That seems to be true, Drask.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark, and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one.
You know, I think Kim has the right to be a little bit upset by us getting propositioned in front of him. You're right, then they could have been polite and propositioned both of us.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad.
Inland Empire.
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Thank you, composure. Let's see. But I just found you again.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
He gestures towards distant motorways, all leading to Golden La Delta. Composure, we can find a gay bar. It's chill. You know, Dan, we probably can, if not on the timeline that our psyche is operating on currently. Let's be a little desperate and clingy. Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
I bet it does.
We'll talk. Just not tonight.
The smoker assures you, brushing his hand through the hair.
Take care, all right?
Ooh, that was a lot of experience. Nice. Interview the Sunday friend. So, take care, all right, he says with another disarming smile before slipping off into the night.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
He's always leaving. Why is he always leaving, Kim? Or there's something so different about him that I just can't put my finger on. He's always leaving. Why is he always leaving, Kim? This is very funny to me.
Who knows, detective? It's a mystery,
he says, turning his face away from you. There's something so different about him that I can't just put my finger on.
Different, of course.
His shirt. Why is his shirt always unbuttoned? Or he's such a good listener. I liked talking to him. Or there's just something so mysterious about the way he talks and moves. Or he smells good. Why on earth did he smell so good? There's just something so mysterious about the way he talks and moves.
Something so mysterious about the way he talks.
The lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back laughter. Very mysterious.
Very.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
Who nods at the apartment door before you. I am pleased with how this went. All right. Ooh, we have a lot of orbs. A quarterly business magazine. An empty ashtray. It does seem to do all of his smoking outside. Governmental issues seem over. Dishes soaked up in a pot, and governmental business takes them all over all as we can see. More orbs. Flyers for underground parties. Oh, we found a cool person. He empties his ashtray but leaves his dishes to soak. I mean, he seems to have was smoking on the balcony. None of this is weird. An old photo of the same apartment dated year 1. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers. If stabilité is ensured, progress will naturally follow. So you say. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Nice. In a wider sense, this is actually my apartment and yours. This is a wild running commentary from the Sunday Friend here. Party Dragon's silk robe. I'm sorry? I mean, I feel bad robbing this person, but that's great. Samaran conical hat. Alright. I'm just gonna take all this person's clothes, I guess. Drama and electrochemistry. Dang. Drama, become the dragon. Electrochemistry, become an addict in a strange bathing robe. Oh, I love that description. Logic. Super logical for a cop to wear this. And -1 suggestion, insensitive bachelor party vibes. Yeah. The dragon will assist with the expression. You're right. Oh, boy. Dang. So, does this go... It goes in jacket. I can probably trade one conceptualization for drama and electrochemistry. Look at it. Look at it. We're wearing it with a tie. Oh. Has there ever been anything more perfect? I don't really want to lose the one suggestion. This is frankly incredible. Yeah, this is really cursed. We've got the horrific tie. We've got the white satin shirt, the flare-cut trousers, the horrific necktie, the yellow gardening gloves, and the green snakeskin shoes all going at once. I am a force of nature. All right. Skittle Man.
You
Let's
have
talk to
acquired the
somebody.
robe. Keep it, officer. It looks good on you.
I'm glad that he acknowledges us wearing the robe. Fascinating and perfect. Oh boy. The man assesses the situation.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason, you feel this man is your superior.
Ooh. Authority.
Superior, but he's not in the command chain. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Monsieur Laclé.
I did figure he was going to be a G-man.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
I was going to. The Institute for Price Stabilité.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot.
Thank you. Suggestion?
Yes, make it clear you're the one setting the terms here.
An innocuous personal question, huh? Before we get to that, tell me where you got this beautiful silk robe from. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to go with that one.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business. That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony.
That didn't work at all. The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
So let's see. What do we want to go in? Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
Start with the basics. What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
What's this EPIS thing you keep talking about?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see. It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
Okay, but what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole.
No, what do the letters stand for?
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you?
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
Is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Is Revachol going to be part of EPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Except that candidate members never become full members, do they?
Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members?
No. Candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
How did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulan Peninsula? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
Oh boy, yeah. I might in fact tell that this writer is not a fan of the neoliberal EU bureaucracy. I can tell that they're not a fan of a few other things too. If I'm remembering correctly, this is the team that when they got an award in their thanks, name dropped Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, so I have an idea about what their perspective might be like. I don't want to make assumptions without knowing them personally, but there are some clues. So let's see, what are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way. Or you're describing how the coalition occupied Revachol. Yeah. For showing us the way they said. Thank you, Kater June, for that clarification.
Is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed, encouraged even. Have you ever tried debate?
The man pats his pockets looking for something. What do you mean?
Debating. You should consider joining a debating society for adults. I hear they're oodles of fun. I used to have a flyer for one, but...
Oodles, you say?
But now that I start thinking of it, it was for an improv class anyway. It's this funny theater thing, you know? Very creative. Helps relieve stress.
He moves his fingers.
A chill runs down your spine as you envision a half-dozen people in professional attire standing around a chair, awkwardly pretending to be waiting for a motorbus. It's neither funny nor creative.
Somebody in the writer's room wasn't a fan of improv either. You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry. Who?
Your friend, the smoker on the balcony, we were just talking about him? The man throws a quick glance at his watch.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts?
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
This is not the first time that this game's dialogue specifically has given me over-the-edge vibes, which is a compliment. But it is a very particular kind of vibe, if you're unaware. Is originally like a mid to late 90s collectible card game and tabletop RPG setting, where what if there was a fictional Mediterranean island where basically all conspiracies were in some way, shape, or form true and mostly connected to one another. Really interesting, very unique and dense, not unlike this game. What are you doing in his apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
The man smiles, nodding to the window. What view? It's dark outside.
Listen.
He says, raising his hand. What? I'm not hearing anything.
The Insulindian Bay.
What about it?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass. This is a fun little interesting point. One of the apartments that I lived in Chicago some time ago, the building had originally been some kind of hotel. And so it had a relatively large kind of main room and a bathroom and a bedroom, but no kitchen. So when they converted them to apartments, they had used these really, really thin plaster walls to cordon off a tiny little section of the sort of main room and stuffed a sink and a fridge and a range in there with basically no cabinets or counter space and no other infrastructure. And so it was usable, but only just barely. I have a particular memory of I had cooked some chicken on the stove, but I was going to boil the rest of it for use later. I was going to shred it, and then make tacos or enchiladas or something out of it. And so I was boiling this chicken in this pot on the stove, and it was such a small, poorly conceived space that the steam condensed on the ceiling and started dripping chicken water in my hair. It was nicer than this building seems to be, but it very forcefully reminded me when he was talking about it just now of that apartment that I lived in. Great view there too, though. Northward up Lakeshore Drive, sort of into the uptown area of Chicago. Terrible parking, though. So I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
Yeah?
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
True. Thank you for pointing that out, Rhetoric. I had something else in mind.
I'm all ears, officer.
What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled.
He raises an index finger.
The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
So the strike, I guess, is having some kind of effect? Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
Interesting. So you're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes. As I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Intern.
He glances at his watch. Okay, what is this international community?
La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the Coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
Uh-huh. What is the price stabilité?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything. Don't worry, he's definitely not gentrifying it.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Thank you, Ken.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Below 2% of what?
But not too far below, no. 2 below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
You're not answering my questions at all.
The Coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
You know what? Give me a leaflet. I'm gonna need some reading material again sometime, I'm sure.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the Moral Intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist.
Yeah, I know. I already rejected this thought.
But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line.
Uh-huh.
Making information available is part of the Moral Intern's commitment to transparency.
And yet you don't have your leaflets. Okay. I know I'm gonna have mixed feelings about this, but I've heard about this Moral Intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Mind babies? I feel like that would be a really fun idea in, like, Gravity Falls. Okay, so we have two choices. Turn to Kim. So what I'm hearing is that we're Moral Intern bitches, or, oh, turn to Kim. So we're actually working for the Moral Intern. That doesn't seem so bad. I mean, it does seem, like, annoying at the very least. So turn to Kim. So what I'm hearing is that we're Moral Intern bitches.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the Moral Intern.
Turn back to Sunday Friend. Are you a moralist? He has already said this.
But of course.
But why?
Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values.
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy.
Uh-huh.
But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
He gives you an approving nod. I don't think I'm a moralist. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. I want more action. Moralism is the ideology of foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revacholians. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital. Or, it's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism? Oh, that one's kind of tempting, but, I feel like I need to hear what sort of weird pablum this guy gives to number 3 here. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital with a capital C.
Of course, the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM.
Thank you, Kim. The lieutenant clears his throat.
Ah, my friend. But the lesson of the revolution is that communism does not work.
It didn't work because the coalition violently crushed it, or we haven't tried real communism yet, and you're telling me this world here is working out well? I mean, 1 is pretty tempting, but 3 is, I think, rhetorically useful. And you're telling me this world here is working out well?
It's moving towards the right direction, and that's all that matters. Progress is measured in centimeters, my friend.
Increments, if you will.
Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Oh, so many things. Tell me about Sur-la-Clef.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clef is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Uh-huh.
Darlings? That can't be an official designation.
What makes Revachol-sur-la-Clef's darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clef. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Oh boy, enough business, let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
The man gives a solemn nod and turned to the lieutenant. This is just the break we've been looking for. Or is it because you did it, Mr. Vidruin? Or start from the beginning if you don't mind. Let's be professional about it, I suppose. Start from the beginning if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
Okay.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
What do you mean, like in a play?
The lieutenant is already scribbling down notes.
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening.
I doubt that.
I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated.
Who were...
Interesting.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Kim. Who were they? Can you describe them?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very... Martinez.
He pauses, looking for the right wording.
Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
Mm-hmm. How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
8 fits.
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
Let's see. I guess we can ask these slightly guiding questions if we want those kinds of details. Were any of them huge, like 200 kilograms huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
Any of them look like drummers? Don't know what that means, but...
Drummers? Why, no. But then, I don't know what a drummer is supposed to look like.
I think we can drop the drummer angle. It was my bad.
The lieutenant says impatiently. What happened next?
I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men, women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
I guess it doesn't extra specially matter, but while we're collecting information, what ethnicity
I believe
were they?
They were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
What happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call the RCM?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances.
The man wipes his
I was
glasses.
simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late.
You didn't check your watch?
My watch? Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take.
He looks at his watch as though noticing it for the first time. So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
Huh. Those are all my questions. Thanks for your time.
Of course. Anything I can do to assist the RCM.
Thanks, I've got all I need.
A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Let's see. Hold on. Why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
I mean, I don't think we have anything else we can ask him. I think we were pretty thorough. So thanks for the heads up, and my work here is done.
Of course. I'm glad I could help.
All right. It doesn't appear that we have much of anything else to interact with in this room. So, help is strong. You were a fascinatingly annoying person to talk to. Let's hit the bricks. Well, I was hoping that would lead to a way over to this stuff, but I guess I'm not amazingly surprised that it did not. And it's, I guess, about time to wrap up this day, which, we can probably make into a pretty good stopping point. So, let's see. Oh. Welcome, Kid 7. Final verdict on this guy. Annoying conversationalist, not that much help if we're talking about the bureaucrat we just talked to. But, thanks for tuning in. He was not as useful as I might have hoped, but more useful than his personality would lead me to expect, rather. And we got a skill point out of the conversation, which will probably prove useful going forward. Maybe we can even finally punch Measurehead if we up the stat limit on our physical instrument cap. Let's see. All right. Is it time for our debrief, Kim? And if not... Yeah, the clothes.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
I really hope there's no shit in it. The what now?
The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It wants smokes.
Am I a smoker?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
But she broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
The idea seems to make your neck expand. Suddenly, the garish tie feels very snug.
Like a cat rubbing itself against its owner's calves. A cat that wants you to smoke a lot.
Yeah, I didn't think about the cigarette smoke, the clothes precisely. Our fit currently is incredible, and I didn't mention it before, but the fact that we're wearing this robe with one sleeve off the shoulder for some reason is very amusing to me. Let's see. I have been playing not in a substance-hungry way so far. I'm going to stick with that. I should think about it.
Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy sticks of tobacco all the time, though. It doesn't count if it's not all the time. And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
We had find a drink and drink it. Now we have find smokes and smoke them. It's almost like we're an addict or something.
Yes?
I guess I can't just kind of trigger this, or maybe it's not quite the right time yet. In which case, I think we're not going to get a much better stopping point than all of this. So I'm going to bump us back over here and put up the thanks for watching. As a weeknight stream, it's probably about as late as I want to go. But my sincere thanks to everybody who tuned in, even if it was just for a little while. This is always a ton of fun, and hopefully for you as well. And I'll be doing this again on Thursday. We'll be picking up with Disco Elysium here at 5 p.m. Central Thursday. So hopefully that'll be as interesting a development as this was, and maybe we'll finally get to knock Measurehead's block off without dying. Catajunes will snack on some potatoes next time. Love that, actually. I think that's exactly in the spirit of the thing. So yeah, thanks again. Even if you tuned in the whole time, tuned in for the last 2 minutes, somewhere in the middle, I appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Ta-ta for now.